guys, and welcome back to Tatiana Talk. It's Vlogmas Day 12. Woo! Yay! Tomorrow starts 12 days of socks, and I'm so excited. Super excited for that for tomorrow. Really excited. Today I want to talk about stress and anxiety. I'm going to be working on my paper for school, so I probably won't be like looking the whole time at the camera. But I just wanted to talk about like stress and everything else. So stress and anxiety are super normal, super common. A lot of people, experience stress. Let me turn that down. A lot of people experience stress. A lot of people experience anxiety for different reasons and stuff like that. So some people just know how to handle it better than others. I am not one of those people. I get very anxious, like very, very, very quick. If you couldn't tell, I'm very awkward, very socially awkward as well. I have a lot of like social anxiety when I'm around people that I'm not comfortable with and that I don't know. I have a lot of just anxiety in general. Like I have a lot of anxiety for school. Like I'm so anxious about school and, graduation and getting good grades and stuff like that. Like I'm very, very, very anxious. And when I'm in school, I experience like super high levels of anxiety, and my coping skills aren't that great. And me being a psych major and working in the field of psychology, you would think that I would be able to cope with my own stress because I help a lot of people cope with their stress. No, not the case at all. So a lot of my stress is about school and just like life in general. So it's kind of hard for me to like pinpoint a focus on it. I have, some coping techniques and stuff like that, which I'll talk about. But a lot of my stress started when I was in college. So my freshman year, I went home every weekend, just about every weekend. My first semester. My second semester, I was kind of at school a little bit more. And then, started progressing to like kind of being at school more. My sophomore year, I was under a lot of stress. I wasn't doing so good in my biology classes. I was a bio major when I first started. I wasn't doing so good. That was really stressing me out. I was scared that I was going to get kicked out of school. Like, I was scared I was going to disappoint my mom. I was scared that I was just disappointing myself all in general, honestly. So when it came to my junior year, it was my sophomore year. So I started experiencing like crazy stress. So I started getting hives, and like it was insane. I didn't know what was going on. I thought I was getting like bit by something. I thought I was allergic to something. I had no idea what was happening to me. And then I ended up in the hospital a lot because I was having like really bad chest pains, and I was really scared. I didn't know what was happening. I had no idea what was happening. So I started going to the hospital. They couldn't tell me what was going on. I was getting EKGs all the time. I was getting chest x-rays. I was getting all types of stuff because, thought I was having a heart attack. So I was super scared with all of that going on, always being in and out of the hospital because of these symptoms. I had no idea what to do. So at this time, I was kind of dating someone. I was dating someone. And it wasn't, my best relationship that I've ever had. I was very codependent. I grew very close to him and really attached. The Christmas break going into second semester of sophomore year. So when I got back to school, was it that or was it junior year? I don't know. Sophomore, junior year, whatever it was. No, I think it was sophomore year. Yeah, it was sophomore year. So then going into second semester, was it? No. Was it? Was it? No, we started dating, but I didn't get like, yes. Okay, so we started dating in December. So he was like, at the time, like supportive and stuff like that, but at the same time, not really. So that kind of made things harder too, like having a boyfriend who's 2 hours away from you and all this and that. So that just kind of ain't helped nothing either. So I was going through so much. Like, I was just so worried. And then I ended up talking about wanting to transfer closer to home because I couldn't handle like not being around my mom at this time because I was so scared. I didn't know what was going on, but I had really good friends who were there for me, and you know, even though they didn't know exactly everything that was going on, but I took a class in December, and that like put me over the edge. I was like in the hospital on Christmas Day. It was really bad. It was really sad. I was having a really hard time because I didn't know what was going on, and I cried all the time because I was so scared. So then comes my junior year. So junior year, I was experiencing so much stress because I was so worried I wasn't going to graduate on time. I just got into my major fully, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening, blah, blah, blah. So at this point in time, I was like super attached to my ex. So I was extremely attached. It was terrible. I didn't want to go to school. Like, I wanted to move closer to home. He was my safe spot. Like, he was my safe spot. I was very, very, very codependent. And I just felt like I just couldn't live without being there with him. So that was not good. Don't do that. So, I ended up like really like applying to other schools that were closer to home and like the whole nine. And, he was encouraging me to move closer to home too, and like our relationship was kind of affected because I was gone, because we were spending so much time together and stuff like that. So that didn't help with my anxiety either because I was so codependent that I didn't want to leave, and it just made things so much worse for me, and it just was not good at all. So ended up going into, I don't even know what the date range for anything was, but whatever. So I ended up staying at school, and I started going to counseling, getting therapy, and I tried medications. They did not work for me at all. They just made things worse for me, honestly, like completely worse for me. And then at this time, as I'm like trying all this stuff, I was going through a really tough time with the guy I was dating at the time, and we just weren't in a good place, and I kind of knew that things were going to end soon. So that wasn't helpful either because like that was the first person that I opened up to and like, you know, really like let into my life like that. So that just didn't help me at all. So after that, like I came home, like I was coping with my anxiety a lot better because of therapy. And she really helped me like find like coping techniques and stuff like that. So I was getting better at coping with my anxiety. I thought I was, until I wasn't. So then when I came home, like we ended up breaking up, and things went really left, like extremely left field. So that didn't help either. I was like depressed and sad and, you know, all hurt, and I didn't want to do anything, and, you know, but then at the end of the day, I was so thankful, so grateful that it all happened because it really helped me as a person. I'm about to school for senior year. Woo! Like, yeah, it's senior year, about to graduate. And I was good. Like, I was going to therapy. I was, you know, doing all that, working on my coping skills, building out my coping skills, and everything was fine. Like, I was genuinely happy. I was hanging out with my friends more. I was doing more things. Like, it was good. But then school. I was still so stressed. Like, my anxiety symptoms is like tight chest. I get sharp pains in my chest. I get an elevated heart rate. I kind of like shut down. Like, I feel really zoned out. Like, I don't feel like I'm there. Like, it's a really difficult experience. Like, it's traumatic in a way. So, but now that I know it's not that bad, because like I know when it's happening, and I know what my trigger signs, like what triggers it, and like what I can do to prevent it. So in the long run, it really does help knowing these things, and I'm so thankful for the therapist that I had, because she was amazing, and I'm so sad that I don't see her anymore because she was at school. I'm in the process of finding another therapist here at home so I can, you know, talk through my issues. I believe that therapy does help. It helps me. I know not everybody believes in therapy, and that is okay, but it's not okay to go through these things alone. And as long as you have someone who's there helping you and helping you get through these things, that's really all that matters. Because in a way, they're your therapist. Like, that's who you go to, that's who helps you, and that's fine. I'm a lot more comfortable talking to my friends than anything. It takes me a really long time to open up to a therapist, so it kind of delays things, and that's why I'm having a hard time kind of finding a new person, because I don't want to have to open up again. I don't want to have to tell everything all over again. And there are certain things that, you know, I've never talked about. There are certain things that people don't know about me, not even my family. So, you know, those are things that are hard for me to talk about, and I don't want to just open up to a stranger about these things. So it really takes me a while to really open up and let someone in, because no, I don't like it. So the coping techniques that I use are grounding techniques and deep breathing and meditation. Now I have these like the salt lamp, and I don't know if it works or not, but I have it here. So my grounding technique that I use is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's using your senses. So it's 5 things that you can see. I think it is, I can't remember what it is completely, but basically, like, you're using your 5 senses, and with those 5 senses, now that I uninstalled some stupid thing that was installed on my computer, Google is now working. So the 5 senses coping technique. So it's 5 things that you can see around you. It can be anything, like anything that you can see around you. Just name 5 things. 4 things that you can physically touch that is around you. 3 things that you can hear, and 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. And I really like this. Like, I really like it. I really do. And it really does help you, like, lower your anxiety. Like, as you go through each step, like, you're starting to ground yourself, because I know, like, because I feel spaced out when I'm anxious and having anxiety. So when I am doing the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it's helping me to ground myself slowly. Another thing that I do is deep breathing. So I have I go on YouTube and I look up like meditations and deep breathings and stuff like that, but usually I just do the normal just a normal thing like that, and that just really, like, whoo, it really helps me. Like, I do it a couple of times depending like how I'm feeling. Sometimes I have to do it more times than others. With meditation, I tend to do my meditation at night so I can sleep better. And because honestly, the only meditation that I can do while awake is like a moving meditation, like Tai Chi Chi Kong, or a walking meditation. And I really like walking meditation, like, and I'm trying to practice being more mindful about my surroundings, just about every single thing. Just being mindful really does help you in the long run, and you really start to appreciate and kind of enjoy the little things, honestly. So that's really, you know, it for me and about my anxiety and my coping skills. If you guys want to know more or want me to go more in depth with something, I'm more than willing to do that. I probably will talk about my anxiety more, especially now that school is starting and I'm going to be having a lot more stress added on to me, and anxiety for all of this. So I probably will be talking more about it. Excuse me. But thank you guys for watching. I really hope that you guys enjoyed, and please come back for tomorrow's Vlogmas day 13. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.